Mozzie. Yeah. I swear to God. Glocks with extensions, Mortal Kombat way it finished them. Foes thinking sweeter, just they blood like some insulin. Wishing death upon me, 50 cent, I'm talking many men. Keep that still off safety, bitch, I'm ready for whoever's mad, cause I ain't going. Over these tracks I be flowing, attracted to my cologne. She say she love my aroma. Wanna fuck me raw, I went and doubled up on the Trojans. I can't go 50-50 with you, I'ma have to own it. All my scars got definitions, seen this shit coming like premonitions, like it was written, but really I ain't superstitious. Had to open my eyes, just to really see the vision. I can see through all the lies, man, really I was tripping. Don't like to talk a lot, I'm way better at listening. ADHD flow, you can't keep my attention. Focused on the bread and really just minding my business. Need a team to achieve all while we move around militant. If my brother fall down, hell yeah, I'll extend a hand. Can't be having people with you if you get caught in a jam. Like frozen circles, guess we all just some ceiling fans. One word dividends, yeah, I bring them in. I got a simple way of thinking, you either real or you not. Big gangster, done daughter, really walking and talk. Don't do no telling, you can tell by how I speak when I talk. Move cautious, right on me, move wrong, I'm at your top. Thoroughbred, go get a hustler, whatever you call it. I'm gonna get the job done in time with no problem. I ride solo with no problem, in the four-door all alone. Belting in the music, smoking on some strong, round with the chrome. Never catch me lacking, it's a cold, cold world. Every man for himself, it's my balls and my word. Just glocking some purr, fuck a bitch, rock a world. Won't think twice to kick her to the curb. I swear to God, my running one did it, but my body moving slow. Thoughts of the past got me feeling like I don't know. Whichever way is up, it's the way I'm trying to go. But my demons deep within, they ain't trying to let me go. I'm with that yeah, he don't wanna yell, bitch, I'm really him. You talking all that noise, but you in my rearview mirror. How you feel? I don't really care, boy, you know the deal. All that love was really fake and the hate was so real. Big stepper, neck breaker, certified go-getter. Anybody got an issue with me, come and see me crack or hold your breath and watch your tone before I stain your V-long. Well, I'm really with the shit, so you better move along. It's just me, myself, and I. One deep, my zeroing. I'm sure hey tiny with the hate that y'all be throwing. Trying to play me for a pussy, think I'm soft for come and show me. I ain't hard to find, Pensacola, Florida, where I'm at, homie. You know what it is, man. Hey, 50 in this bitch. Shout out Spade Mellow.
Yo, what it do? We back again. The Chop Up Podcast. Yes, we are in the building. For y'all just tuning in, that was Skull Mozzie with Mozzie Flow. Shot by Sam Toucan. That was one of the Chop Up mic performances. Hey, man, let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. We here with Killa Bennett the second time around.
Yeah, back again.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
I just peeped your shirt, man.
Yeah, Elvis.
Free Elvis, man. You got the mugshot of Buddy in there. Is that a mugshot?
Nah, it's his military picture, but it looks like a mugshot. He don't look happy.
It does. When was he ever in the military?
It was like for a short stint. It was actually, I think, to try and clean up his career and get kind of fans back on track, just because everybody hated him for rock and roll.
Yeah.
The devil's music.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So the hips were too loose. So you had to throw him in a uniform, I guess.
Yeah. Man, we got to catch up, man, since the last time.
Yeah.
What's been going on? I know you had one fight. I know you had one fight with Charles Bennett.
Yeah.
Did you have some fights prior to that?
Yeah, I did. I fought April 11th, I believe.
In Biloxi, right?
That one was actually in Mandeville, Louisiana. So went over like 30 minutes across the way from New Orleans.
Yeah.
So took care of business there, submitted the guy in the third round.
Okay.
Pretty easy night, in my opinion. It wasn't my favorite performance.
Right.
I criticized it pretty hard.
Wow. I gotta hear why.
I think partially because I just didn't let things flow the way I know. I wanted to be loose on the feet, and I just wasn't.
Yeah.
So, but I also nitpick the details in a lot of things for myself.
Okay.
So, I mean, I felt like I was separating my game of, okay, here's my striking game, here's my wrestling, and not letting the flow go from, okay, here's my jab, cross, jab into the takedown. Right. It was almost like I'm throwing the strikes, pause. Yeah. Okay, now I'm shooting. And that's not the best way of things, but I mean, it got the job done. I took the guy down plenty of times, kind of mentally. I felt him mentally break. the gas tank just wasn't there. The heart wasn't there, in my opinion. And took care of business and then enjoyed a nice hurricane and some beignets.
Oh God.
The day after I was just cruising around, eating some po' boys and wearing fancy hats and whatnot. And
oh man, enjoying. Where you at? New Orleans?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I know you was enjoying that.
Yeah, I went to the French Quarter, walked down to Bourbon Street. So
yeah,
going all over the place. And then I actually had a professional grappling match against UFC vet TJ Brown. I think
y'all just grappled the whole time.
Yeah,
that really happened.
Yeah, it was it's a
professional match.
Yeah, a professional jiu-jitsu match.
Oh, okay.
So like the UFC just got into it, having UFC BJJ. So the jiu-jitsu as a whole, like as a community, has definitely been growing a ton.
Yeah.
It's kind of hitting the mainstream because I think jiu-jitsu guys are starting to see how you promote matches and all those things.
Right.
But also I will say for just the casual fan, it's sometimes not the easiest thing to watch, or also like it's a little boring, if you get a stalemate in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
There's a lot of moving parts. Like it's really a chess match compared to MMA. Like you can kind of have like explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think jiu-jitsu is even a step up in a chess match. Especially you talk about two black belts or something like that.
Yeah.
It gets really slowed down and maybe not the most high paced thing. And for the just casual viewer, that's kind of hard to watch.
Yeah.
But the good thing was, when I had that match, TJ Brown used to fight at 145-pound division in the UFC, 8-fight vet.
Right.
Dude's a killer. Fought some really good guys, had a performance of the night in the UFC. Been in the game for a long time, but it was just a nice experience for me. It was one of those things where you step in and you're kind of like, as long as I don't get buzzsawed in a minute, I did a good job. So I don't think really anybody. I was going in there trying to win.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's going to be a win-win scenario. You don't really lose. We went the distance. There was no submission or anything like that, and I just lost a decision. That doesn't go on your MMA record or anything, but it was a nice learning experience. You get under the lights again, especially against a UFC caliber guy.
Right.
He's 10 years older than me, so you kind of feel that grown man strength,
Yeah.
Especially somebody that's been where you want to be.
Right.
And he competes, I think, at like 155 now. So great experience, and then bounced back a couple months later and fought Charles Bennett over at the Hard Rock in Biloxi.
Yeah. So if you do a grapple match, does that, if you win or lose, does that count on your record?
No. So jiu-jitsu, like a jiu-jitsu record would be kind of off to the side. Yeah, separate.
All right, cool.
So MMA record's still intact, 3-0, 2 finishes.
Gotcha.
So looking good, feeling good too. So.
Yeah. All right, cool. So all right, now talk to me about the Charles Bennett fight. Yeah,
the family reunion that took place in Biloxi.
Yeah. Where is Charles Bennett from?
I think Charles is actually from Florida originally, like I think down in maybe Ocala area.
Oh, okay.
If I had to guess, I believe that's where I've seen he's from.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that man's fought all over the world. It's a rarity, probably like extreme rarity, that you're ever going to have an opponent that has 70 plus fights on their professional record.
Right.
That's crazy. I plan on fighting for a long time, but I don't plan on fighting 70 times.
Yeah.
I personally don't want to get hit that many times.
Don't get hit.
Yeah. One day they'll catch me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to retire before that happens.
I see what you mean. When you get down, when you realize you're out of your prime, it's time to hang it up.
Yeah, when you lose the speed is gone. Yeah. So, but yeah, fighting Charles, somebody that's been in the game for that long. On his record, if you look at it, he fought even the likes of like KJ Noons, who fought in the UFC, Uriah Faber. He fought Faber before Faber got to the UFC. So he's got names that have been in the UFC, have been everywhere.
Right.
So, to fight a guy that maybe doesn't have the best record, but to have a plethora of experience is something that is just a blessing, honestly, in a career, because it it's so rare to fight somebody so comfortable
Right.
in a fight. I mean, for him, that's like waking up and just getting out of bed, putting on your shoes, and going to do your day job.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done it 75 times.
Right.
So what is another? Like what is another fight? So to have a veteran like where that he's not gonna have like really any kind of lull where he may be afraid to pull the trigger. He's gonna just throw it. Like, and he's wild too. Like, he is wild for his style. I mean, a lot of punches aren't coming from the chin.
Right.
It's coming from his hips. Like, he's throwing uppercuts that are just coming down from like as if he was standing there hands down.
Yeah.
So it was awesome to kind of be there, and especially like having a lot of fighters kind of come up to you and be like, you're fighting Charles Bennett, who seems to have this, I don't know, kind of aura around like fight fans that know him, and also fighters that have grown up watching him. They're like just kind of mesmerized by Charles, because Charles is a little out there sometimes.
He kind of wild.
Pretty much all the time.
I mean, he basically came to the press conference with a black and mild in his mouth.
Yeah, mid smoke, almost done.
Yeah.
So, and then he didn't take a break from it while we were facing off. So, and then he's wandering around like, I mean, he was in his jeans up until we got in the ring. So, he's just kind of, and he's always saying things. I mean, even in our face off, he's just kind of like, I'm gonna turn that chin cam. I'm gonna test that chin.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So he's trying to get in your head, play those mind games. And he's done it with a lot of veterans where in my opinion, I feel like they kind of froze up quicker than you would expect, just because it's like so weird to have a guy just stand there. I mean, we're in a fight. Usually somebody's moving in front of you. But for him to just be hands down staring at you, like that's a little unnerving.
It's a little weird.
Because it's like, he doesn't care. Like, he does not care that I'm standing in front of him and I'm going to try and kick him in the head. Like, that's no thing to him.
Yeah.
Or at least it comes off that way. But I mean, this was the first fight where I felt like all the pieces are starting to like kind of come together. Mm-hmm. I think out of everybody, I showed a level of calmness out there that was kind of eerie to some people. Like, I think one of my coaches was a little nervous with how calm I was.
Right.
But I went out there and picked him apart, never rushed anything. Mm-hmm. I honestly don't even think I got hit in the face, which was nice. I might have gotten hit one time.
Right.
But outside of that, to be in a fist fight and not really get hit is a great night in the office.
Yeah.
And how you draw it up. In a perfect world, that's how every fight would go.
Right.
So
you don't want to get hit. You want to hit without getting hit. But that's very seldom that happens. So
I mean, I'm not opposed to mixing it up and standing there and being in a dog fight.
Right.
Because like my tendency is to more so do that.
Yeah.
I know I look all goofy and like I wouldn't be like that, but I like to stand in the pocket and throw.
Yeah.
So that was a big step for me, because I've always been the fighter that will push forward. I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to immediately hit the gas, and I'm going to be looking for the finish the whole time.
Yeah.
But sometimes I rush to the point, and I think that puts myself in danger a little more than I need. Kind of like a Justin Gaethje type. Sometimes you want to be exciting. You kind of get in there and you feel so aggressive, and then you kind of just put yourself in situations that you didn't really need to be in. Like, you were doing well picking them apart, but then we got a little too excited because it was almost like you smelled blood in the water.
Right.
And then you end up getting touched with something that you just didn't even need to have happen.
Yeah. So, so with a record like his, though, like, how did this fight come about? Like, what made Charles Bennett be one of the people that your team would have wanted to fight?
So I would say, I think Dean Toole, shout out to Dean Toole, Ryan Toole, all the guys at Island Fights. part of it when you're an up and coming fighter and you're trying to build your record. It's not like when you're an amateur. When you're an amateur, you're kind of just taking the next best guy. Like, I'm sitting at 5-0. Who's the next best guy at 6-0? Like, so I can get to 6-0. And if I lose, it's kind of like whatever. Yeah. You know, it's all right. Amateur. Yeah, you're building your experience. You're trying to find the best guys because you want to know that you're ready for the professional level. Once you get to the professional level, it's a lot more of the business aspect of things that people don't realize. It's a sport, but it's also an entertainment-based sport. So you need to have fights that are exciting. You need to have fights that just draw eyes.
Right.
And then your first couple, I would say 4 to maybe 5, is all about you're increasing slowly those guys, like those skill levels. Like they're showing you a little bit more than the last guy.
Right.
Like Charles, he has more experience than anybody I've ever fought.
Right.
So that's a level that he's not the best fighter, but he's been in there with everybody.
Okay.
So now we've got a guy that's got a little more experience. The next guy, he's going to have probably a little more experience, not as much as Charles, obviously, because who fights 75 times, but he's going to be, a different aspect of fighting that's a little tougher that maybe I haven't either run into or seen yet as a professional. But it's also not going to be like a guy that's like, okay, this guy's a 15-year vet. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he's 9-1 as a pro. Like that doesn't make sense, because also if you end up being 3-0 and then you fight somebody like that and you beat them, now you're 4-0. It becomes hard to find fights because
they're gonna duck you.
Yeah, people will see that on your record and then be like, oh, why would I fight that guy?
Right.
Like that's kind of, so they see that. I mean, we live in a day and age where social media, like fights are on YouTube. You can do your research and find pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
At least if they're in the US. Maybe if they're overseas, it becomes a little harder.
Right.
Depending on what country. But if they're here, you could find pretty much anybody, and then see what they do, what they post, maybe how good they are, who they fought. So you kind of handicap yourself depending on what fighters you take.
That makes sense.
And then also, again, it's entertainment based.
Yeah.
Charles Bennett versus Cam Bennett just sells on the last names alone. I mean, because somebody just looking on a poster and you see Bennett versus Bennett, whoa. What's that about? That just kind of catches the eye anyways, because that's a rarity to just see last names stack up against each other like that. Then you look at it as, okay, a lot of people view Charles as kind of like a MMA legend because he's been in the game for so long.
Right. 70 fights is crazy.
Yeah, 70 fights is insane. So 70 fights versus a prospect, 2-0. And somebody that Island Fights has had in their organization for a long time. So and then it shows also too, somebody that's been a veteran in the game, comparative to me, is a guy trying to make his name.
Yeah.
So it sells on a lot of different levels. And then also you look at our fighting styles. Charles is crazy. He's just going to throw wild, random things. And then I usually don't like to go the distance. I mean, I like to get in there and finish fights. So it kind of builds for something wild is going to happen. I mean, somebody's getting KO'd or submitted. Like there's not anything in between. Like that fight was never going to go the distance.
Right.
So
you got him to submit, right?
Yep. Second round submission. I mean, it was just like a minute into the second round. So
walk us through your thoughts during that time when right before you got him into the hole that you put him in.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, after the first 30 seconds of the fight, I was like, okay, I can do what I want to do.
Okay.
I was like, I felt like he threw a shot to the body, and it's like, it's not trying to be disrespectful. It comes off sometimes maybe disrespectful.
Right.
When you talk about fights. But, I just felt the power and speed coming my way and just knew, I was like, okay, there's nothing he can hit me with unless I'm just like leaving my chin out there that is going to really put me in any hot water. So I was like, okay, let's just break him down. I was like, let's take our time, not rush anything, find my shots.
Yeah.
I showed a lot of kicks this fight. I think a lot of people don't realize that I can kick as well as I can.
Right. They don't see it often.
Yeah, they don't see it often. I don't throw it. But this fight, I was like, okay, I'm feeling comfortable. I'm feeling calm. I'm able to think. So I was throwing some hip feints out there and then set up my head kicks. And there was a couple times I felt like I was like a hair away from knocking him out with a head kick. And then, land a takedown at the end of the first and kind of control him. I mean, he was good at hand fighting. I'll give him that. He's probably the best when I was on, because I've had think at this point I've got like 5 or 6 submission wins.
Right.
Most of the time when you take somebody's back and you punch them in the face like 2-3 times, they just give you the neck. Like a lot of these guys will give you the neck. Charles was a lot better at hand fighting than I expected. He, but it showed his like veteran, like time he spent in the ring.
Right.
So it kind of, I was like caught off guard, but also at the same time, he's having to carry me around.
Right.
So it's not like I'm really using that much energy. He's getting tired. Bell rings into the first. We go back to the corner. Just kind of felt like I was just chilling. Like I didn't feel tired at all. I didn't feel like anything was really used. I was like, okay, let's just go out there. Coach said, like, if I get in that grappling situation, like just body lock them. Don't really even fight out of the clinch or anything like that. Throw elbows. I didn't even show that aspect.
Yeah.
Like I like to throw elbows. My pro debut, I threw a bunch of elbows. I cut the second guy in the second fight. So I've cut pretty much everybody with elbows every time I've stepped in there. But we didn't go there. We just body locked him, tripped him, took his back. And by the time I took his back the second time, I was like, okay, I've got like 4 minutes to work.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's not getting away from me here. So, and by that time also he's gassed. Historically in the past kind of 5-6 years, he gets tired by the mid-second round. So I started locking it in, and honestly, I wasn't even fully locked in yet with my submission. But I knew I had enough of a grip to kind of put a squeeze on. So some guys you can put that on. If they don't want to be there anymore, they're going to take the out. And he tapped, and it was a good night in the office.
Right.
And I was very proud of myself for just standing up. And I had told my dad this prior, was I just want to stand up and act like I've been there before. Because yes, for him being a veteran, I know his record as well.
Right.
So I really don't like when prospects like hop up and
celebrate,
they were supposed to beat that guy. You were supposed to dominate, and then you act like I'm the world champ, like freaking out. I just think it's like you were supposed to do that,
right?
That was the expectation. So kind of it's classy to see a guy just stand up, be calm, cool, and collected,
right?
And just really just taking the moment. I mean, I'm looking over, I'm seeing my fiance like just cheering, my dad over there, all my fans, and friends. I mean, a lot of my fans are my friends, and it's so awesome to have that support system and being able to see all of them and just be like waving at them a little bit. And then also, I'm in the middle of the Hard Rock Casino in Biloxi.
Right.
Like, I understand it's not the biggest Hard Rock casino of all time, but also it is a Hard Rock casino.
Yeah.
And I just fought in it and dominated every aspect of that fight. So to be able to sit there and like soak it in and be like, this is a crazy moment to have.
Right. That was crazy.
Yeah. And it was an experience that felt like no other. And it was just like, it felt like I was meant to be there.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. And I just enjoyed every second of it.
I think the picture was awesome after it was over. I don't know if did you go over and like kneel with them and pray, or what happened?
I was just checking on them. I mean, I went over, because yes, when the bell rings, it's time to like handle business. I'm gonna try and crush you,
right,
in every aspect. Like, I'm trying to knock you unconscious, trying to submit you, like.
That's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
But after, like, I'm always gonna shake my guy's hand, and even before the fight, I always pray before the match like I've done it since high school when I wrestled in high school. Always pray before the match. I always pray before my fights. You know, yes, I understand this is a sport where we go out there and we try and put it on each other. I'm trying to knock you out. You're trying to knock me out. And there's a chance that one of us goes to the hospital, if not both of us.
Right.
But I pray for safety for both of us, that none of us, like, yes, we may be hurt tonight, but there's no long lasting injuries. I pray that we both go out there to the full capability of our potential. You know, I want that guy to be coming full gas.
Right.
I want them to be at their best coming at me, and me doing the same thing. And I just want all the fans to be able to enjoy the glory that's going to be shown of all our hard work that's been put into that.
Yeah.
You know, the gifts and skills that we've been given. Not everybody can fight. I mean, that's just the case.
Gotcha.
Not everybody can fight. Not everybody can sing. Not everybody can rap. Not everybody can do art. Like, everybody's got different skills and talents that the Lord's blessed them with. And you need to take whatever you've been given and push it to the max. I feel like, just to be a good steward.
Right.
And so that, and then whether I win that fight, lose that fight, or we go to a draw, I just pray that all the fans realize there's a bigger picture than just me as a fighter, and that this glory isn't about me, but, you know, God's blessed me with this opportunity to step out here and do what I love.
Right.
I mean, I'm just chasing what I like to do. And, I just pray that they could see that. So at the end of the fights, talking to that guy, you know, I have no ill will towards any of my opponents.
None?
No, I might not like you the best, maybe, but
no
like,
ill will.
Yeah, I mean, not after.
Right,
We've already settled it. I
Yeah.
mean, you're changed after that.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't run into my John Jones, Daniel Cormier beef, or, you know, Khabib and Connor
All right.
type people, you know. Haven't run into that guy yet, but even still, you may not like the guy, but carrying yourself in a manner that's respectable to that person too, showing sportsmanship, I think, is a very good thing, because it's also a threat in just martial arts, in my opinion. You need to be a martial artist first before you're a fighter.
Right.
Carry yourself with discipline and respect.
Okay. So so how do you determine like next fight?
Honestly, me, I just leave that to Dean Toole and all those
Okay.
guys and the coaches.
So they come to you with the opponent.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how all of this works.
Yeah,
outside
so
looking in.
I think some professionals have managers. You know, but right now I'm in a situation where I don't have a manager.
Okay.
Because also, you got to think, with a manager comes them taking a certain percentage out of your purse. And
Yeah.
contrary to popular belief, professional fighters
Yeah,
at
at
a
that
low
point, yeah.
level
Yeah.
don't make that much money. I know I fought at the Hard Rock,
Right.
but I do not make Hard Rock money.
Right.
Like, that's just the case. You're on the regional scene. So having a manager, like, if I'm able to grab sponsors now, put eyes on me now, and my coaches work with promotions that you have built a good relationship with, you know, those people will take care of you. All you need to do is focus on your training and taking care of business when it's fight night.
Okay.
Which not every fighter has that. You know, some fighters are just going around just taking fights because they see a paycheck, you know, but there's kind of a line, I think, with a lot of fighters is, are you doing this and taking a paycheck? Or are you doing this and you want to do this for a long time and try and be a world champion?
Right.
There's a couple of different, what is your mindset going into this? Is this about money? Is this about getting eyes on you? Just have the title, I'm a professional fighter. Or do you want to do this long-term, get in the UFC, get in the one championship, PFL, and be a world champion?
Right.
And that separates. When you have that mindset, I think you make a lot more smarter decisions. And you also have to have the people around you that make those decisions for you, kind of thing. You kind of have that conversation. Am I ready for X, Y, and Z? Am I not ready for that person? Do we take that a couple fights down the line? And just trust the people that have been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
So, because also that's the other thing. I mean, I've been fighting since 18. I'm 25 now, so I've been fighting for a little bit.
Damn,
Yeah, it's been a minute. So, I mean, I'll be 26 this year. So I've been fighting for a while, but also there's coaches. My coaches around me have been in this game a long time.
Right.
The promoters at Island Fights have been at the game a long time, and they've put I don't know how many people in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that, and all I got to do is trust that what they say about my career and the fights that we should take next is exactly the case. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. They've put Mike Davis, Phil Rowe, all these different types of guys in the UFC, Brock Weaver, Jacob Kilborn. They've put these guys there.
Right.
So just trust that and do your job, which is show up to practice, train hard, work hard outside of the gym, and then promote yourself and your businesses that you work with.
Okay. All right. So, and I'm asking these questions because when I let people know who I'm interviewing, a lot of times I get messages in my inbox like, ask Cam this or ask such and such this. So, what would you think about a fight with Blake Anthony?
Blake? I think that's in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I think Blake's a great fighter. He fights on the he fought on the same card that I fought in at the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
I think he's very talented, and I think he's in the same position as me. I think we're both guys that have a bright future in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we keep doing our jobs. He's kind of a couple of fights ahead of me, record wise.
Right.
I know he was supposed to fight Marin or whatever on this last card on the co-main or whatever, and that guy had an injury or something like that. But I think that's like, we keep doing our jobs and it's going to end up happening.
It'll make more sense to fight later because it'll be more money.
Well, I think there's different things that Island Fights and stuff like that see for you. And I think it's inevitable if we just stay in the same weight class. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things that ends up becoming a thing.
That's true.
You guys, it's just one of those things where you just both keep building and it ends up happening.
Yeah.
It's like inevitable at some point. And it's just going to be one of those things in the future that I think ends up being a thing. And once again, like it's one of those things for fights. I think I just do whatever Dean and them say is next. And I think kind of the fight we had lined up prior to Charles was a different one.
Okay. And
some things kind of got moved around and then ended up fighting Charles. So, whatever they say is next is next. And also whatever Coach Ben and Trey say, I'm always the type of guy that's just, I've never called anybody out.
Right.
So I've always just been, all right, that's who you want me to fight next. That's who I fight next. I guess that's the next one. So, that's the other thing. Because that's just been my style. I mean, I just don't call people out, I guess. I just do what they tell me to do.
Yeah, everybody's not that type of fighter. A lot of boxers do that. I'm talking about boxers. Boxers do that, but a lot of MMA fighters also do that when it's like they're at a point where, like you were talking about earlier, where they beat somebody that was like established and now people are ducking them. They feel like they're being ducked and no one's fighting them. Then they start getting desperate and they do the calling out thing.
Yeah. I think most fighters kind of hit a spot too like that, especially if you'll see it a lot more in the UFC. You're trying to climb the ranks in a certain way. And it depends on kind of like what's happening to some fighters. I mean, granted, like take, for example, Hamzat.
Right.
If you're in that division, I would not. I mean, that's a hard fight to take, especially stylistically. So if Hamzat's calling you out, I'm like, that just doesn't, be like, oh, I think I got something else.
Right.
So but it's one of those things too. You're on the regional scene, so a lot of the regional guys I think end up kind of running into each other. And it just depends on career paths too. So
Yeah.
whatever Trey, Ben, and Island Fight says is next for me, that's kind of what's next for me.
Gotcha.
That's always been my headspace. Maybe one day I'll get to calling people out. Probably not. I don't know. My style is
sick of it. He gonna be calling folks out, man.
I'll be like, maybe, and then I'll be like, nah, they'll give me somebody.
Yeah.
So but that's always kind of been my flow of things. But also, I got John Gunther on the other side, like my teammate.
Mm-hmm.
He's one that will definitely call somebody out.
Yeah.
So people got different styles. So I just sign the contract, show up, and best believe we're about to get in a scrap.
Yes, sir. Let me know how the sponsorships for fighters work. Like, speaking of, we got one sitting over here that I'm drinking out of my chop up cup. It's pretty good.
Yeah, shout out to newest sponsor, Big Jerk Soda.
Mm-hmm. How does this work for a fighter? Like, I just want to, because I want to understand, like, for anything, because I might want sponsorships for the podcast.
Yeah.
And stuff. How does this work? Like, as far as clothes, drinks, any of that?
I think it depends on the fighter. I think they kind of run it different ways. Again, if they have management, if they don't have management. I've kind of started to get into a space where I started to grow a little bit more. I mean, I used to run sponsorships at a certain price point. You get your logo on my shirt and my shorts, and I'm going to shout you out on social media or whatever. But that's always been, that was like my same price point from then to like 2 fights in as a pro,
right?
And kind of getting into a new headspace of, okay, as I'm growing as a professional, I need to kind of grow, my word, I guess, means a little more than like a 2-0 amateur fighter. People definitely see that word professional on there, and they kind of put way more weight into it because you are doing it for money. You are fighting, getting a check. You're getting paid to show up. You're getting paid to win. So those things kind of end up building. What you say kind of goes a little more, like a little farther than what others may. So, there's different price points depending on what like a sponsor kind of wants.
Right.
I'm blessed with a guy like River Cody, who's a videographer in the area. I mean, me and River have been friends since 6th grade. We met in middle school. I remember when he got his first camera. Yeah. And I was like, what are you doing with that? He was like, I'm going to be a YouTuber. And, like, he was into like Danny Duncan and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, dude, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, he grew from there to literally owning his own business as a videographer, does phenomenal work. And any like professional videos that I have done, he does them.
And what's his name again?
River Cody.
River Cody. Okay.
Yeah. So, super genius when it comes to the camera. Just a nice overall guy. I mean, awesome stand-up guy. So, he's kind of helped me grow with social media, how much I need to post,
right?
Cause that's another thing is like before, I was only posting when I felt like a special moment had occurred and it's like, okay, I need to post this. But then realizing that, as a professional, a lot of this stuff is like content is king. So you got to constantly be in people's faces.
Exactly.
That's what people want to see. You may not like that part of the game,
right? But
it's part of the game. And the better you're at doing it, I mean, it will make you money. And it will be just in people's faces so much that they're like, oh yeah, I've seen that somewhere, and they're going to think about you.
Right.
So that goes down to, you have to be able to do that with sponsors. So, you have different price points, whether it's just a logo on your shirt, your shorts,
right,
and a couple of posts on social media. That's one price point. If they want to have their logo on a video that you make, like maybe a highlight video, it's a different price point with all those things that I said prior. So it just varies from company to company.
Yeah. So it's like you wearing their logo and you getting points for wearing their logo.
So yeah. So like when I have like on fight night, I have my walkout shirt and my shorts. their logo is on the back of my shirt and on my shorts somewhere.
Okay,
typically,
I got you. I'm following them.
Yeah, so I mean, because that's so many, you got to think about it. That's ring time with your logo on there. If the fight goes really well, now you're seen with a quote unquote winner.
Yeah.
And then
Cam has your clothes on.
Oh yeah, I need to check them out.
Yeah.
And
I'm with you now.
Yeah, and then on top of that, think about every photo that's taken from fights, and then you post that somewhere.
Yeah.
Like then their logo is being seen anytime they look up you online, or they start you post it on your social media, the logo's there. And then you tag them on social media, they're able to share it. And then, I mean, just for the casual person scrolling by, that looks really appealing to them.
Right.
So it's kind of like one of those things where, oh yeah, let me get with them because that's something that they're repping. So it just works in that way. I mean, and I think fighters maybe sometimes not all fighters, but some fighters do a poor job of kind of like treating sponsors as like this piñata that just gives you money with their logo. Like, okay, they're going to just stamp their logo on you and then now give me money.
Yeah.
Like if I scratch their back as well, and show them that I do really care. Like all the businesses I work with, I care about all the people. I'm not just gonna, be like, hey, kiss my butt and I'm the pro fighter around here. Like deal with it. Pay me a bunch of money and I'm going to do what I want to do. No, I've got standards too. Just like I've got standards for whatever sponsor. And I say, hey, this is kind of like what I need from you.
Right.
There's also standards for me. And if I don't uphold my side of the things, I'm not doing a good job. That breaks the relationship. And then also like if other sponsors, like Pensacola is not the biggest city ever, sponsors kind of, the word gets around that you end up not being somebody that's easy to work with business wise.
Yeah, it's
it's just not wise.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've already burnt like 3 people, why would a fourth person want to walk up and be like, oh yeah, I'll work with you? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's over with.
So, and finding the businesses, I think a lot of fighters too just kind of go with whoever's offering like an opportunity. And
is that smart?
I don't think that's smart all the time.
Right.
Because it's like, well, do you even really care about the thing that's being offered? Like if you're not interested in it and it doesn't if you're not a fan of it, interested in it or anything like that, it's like, well, you're not really going to pour a lot into it.
Right.
You're not going to tag them in everything. You're not going to think about, oh, I should share their stuff or X, Y, and Z. Just fill in the blank. You're just going to treat them as, again, a piñata and be like, hey, here's some money, thanks.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do the bare minimum or whatever. Now, if that's what you guys agreed upon,
right,
that's one thing. But if you agreed upon all these other things and then you didn't do any of it, you actually have to care about what you're doing at some level.
Okay. Let me go to the comments. Oh, shout out to Rob Lowe. He tapped in talking about V. I just seen my boy the other night at a show. What's going on, man? Tap in, make sure you share the live. You tuned in with Cam Bennett. Ask him some questions. We're trying to get people to participate now and ask questions. So, man, like your last fight, what music? I asked you this last time. What song did you come out to?
Yeah, this time I walked out to Coach Eyes by Audio Slave.
Okay.
So some Chris Cornell. I will say my dad actually chose that walkout song.
All right, go Dad.
Yeah, I mean, it had a great build up. I mean, it was like it builds up and then the guitar hits and it's just really solid. Especially like, I get hated on by my teammates about this. Like they'll be like, if ever I'm fighting, I catch hate from my teammates, and then Coach Ben always rags on me. Is like, oh wait, we gotta wait 60 seconds for the build up this song, and then the bass is gonna drop, and then Cam will finally walk out.
Right.
I like to, I guess, live life through the lens of a movie. Sue me for enjoying my moment. But everybody gives me crap about it. Sorry, that's how the movies paint walking out to a fight. Like that's how they paint it. So I'm gonna live like that. Why not? You're only gonna fight X amount of times. I'm gonna enjoy every single time I walk out.
Right.
So especially if it gives a moment like in my brain. I'm fighting. I'm the one fighting. Yeah, you guys are the fans, but I'm fighting. I'm going to enjoy this walkout.
Yeah.
Especially treat it the way that's going to get me hyped up. I'm not going to just walk out when it's just like already just like slowly building up. I'm going to wait till it builds up, drops, then I'll walk. So that song by Audio Slave did a really good job. My dad my dad loves music. So
he a music head?
Oh, yeah, big time.
All genres of music?
Big time. Yeah, he had when iPods were still like big thing. I don't even know if iPods are still around, honestly. Everybody's got iPhones, so it's like whatever about an iPod. But when he had an iPod, he had 28,000 songs on there.
Still work though. I really do.
I know. Watch it. They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. We're gonna be all grown up and have grandchildren. They're gonna be like, "Look at this thing! It's an iPod. I've never seen one." Yeah.
You played with this when you were young, didn't you, Grandpa?
You've seen one of these.
Shut your ass up.
So yeah, but that's what's gonna end up happening. They're gonna be like, they came out with this revolutionary thing where it's just music. The text won't interrupt the song anymore.
Right.
And be like, yeah, that's called an iPod. I remember when they came out.
That's the main reason why I want one again. Because I'm like, man, when I used to work out with my iPod, I was never interrupted by anything, any phone calls.
Well, yeah, that happens all the time. You'll be like working out, you'll have your AirPods in, and then somebody ends up texting you, and you are like right in the middle of a lift or a run or something like that, and the song is mid-song, and then Siri clicks on and starts reading you the text. Especially if it's like a long text, you're like, dude, you got to pause, you wait, you're processing this information, and then you think it's done, and then there's another text that pops up, and you're like, well, there goes that song. And then it'll just kick right back into the song. You're like, the mood's dead.
Yeah. It's over with.
Yeah, it's over with. So
it came and gone.
Yeah, so but my dad has curated a whole playlist of like songs that's like what he thinks would be a good walkout song. So I walked out the songs off of that, and then sometimes you just catch a song that you kind of listen to just during that fight camp that you're like, yeah, that gets me psyched.
Yeah.
So it's really at the end of the day, whatever song gets you in the mood. I think all fighters are different. Tai Tuivasa, I've seen that man walk out to like whatever the Titanic theme song was by like Celine Dion.
No way.
Like, yeah, I've seen him do that. I've seen him walk out
he had to have lost that one. He won that
I think he knocked that dude out. Yeah, he's in the UFC. Like, gosh. I mean, he did that. He walked out to like girls want to have fun and
that's just hilarious.
Yeah, I think there's been Smiling Sam used to walk out to like Soul Sister or something like that. Like, so I've seen fighters walk out
that's
to
trolling, man. Ain't no way you came out. I want to play Soul Sisters coming out here. It ain't no way.
Yeah, so I'll see that, and then these guys are like, it's always the guys that have like dynamite in their hands. It feels like that walk out to something that makes no sense whatsoever. They'll walk out to the goofiest song possible, and then they're gonna sleep somebody with one shot. It's like, okay, that's insane.
Yeah.
So it just depends on how that person functions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think for me, I like listen to kind of like music with more guitar, a little faster pace, especially I'm about to get in a fight. So sometimes I can kind of start off a little slow in that first round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important for me to be kind of like, okay, let's be in the mood and ready to go, not waking up in the first round. Yep. You know, waking up in the first round and then hitting the gas in the second and third. You know, if you fight a guy that's a fast starter, that's not going to be a good thing for you. So it just depends on what your flow is.
Yeah. It's going to be my goal to find a song that's Pensacola grown, that has guitars in it, and that has rap for you to come out to.
Perfect. I mean, I feel like
I'm going to keep sending them until you green light me.
Perfect. I mean, I think I've really started to establish myself as like the Pensacola fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with how many businesses in the area that I'm starting to work with,
right?
Got the opportunity to throw out the first pitch of the Wahoos game. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But like, there's
when
not
was that.
That was like a week after the Charles fight.
Did it make it over the plate?
Yes. It did.
All right.
It did. Yeah.
We back cool.
Yeah, we're what? It was in question.
Almost not cool. I was like, don't.
Yeah, no, I know how to
had
throw a
make it over
ball.
the plate.
Yeah. I'm not like Conor McGregor
Yeah.
that like tried to throw the ball and it just shanks off into the dugout.
Yeah.
But he is also Irish, so
Right.
that's like two things going against him. I don't know if they know what baseball is over there. So, but being able to throw that out, and I was rocking some Garden Street vintage stuff. So just kind of representing Pensacola as a whole as a fighter, and getting that opportunity was just an awesome thing to be able to do. So it just means a lot to be able to work with Pensacola businesses.
Okay.
And as a whole, like, I mean, with Bam Snowballs the past 3 years, I've worked with Jamal and Jamari Sharp to do their back to school charity event that they do every year.
Oh, that's dope.
So I've done that. And then even this past school year, I was able to go and help with their reading program that they did. So I plan on doing that some more. So just as a whole, from all kind of sides, representing Pensacola. So, you know, if somebody drops something that's Pensacola related, or is a Pensacola artist that puts something together that's, you know, gets me ready to rock, let's do it. I mean, that's
okay.
That's what I represent.
For me, that's a challenge. I got you though. I'm gonna keep sending. You give me thumbs up or thumbs down.
Perfect.
And let me know which one we're going.
Just keep sending you the gladiator gif where you're just kind of like sitting here, like right here.
And then he go like that. I like.
Yeah.
That's a bet. I'm gonna take on this challenge, man.
Perfect.
But then that'll be the last piece to the puzzle. If you already got the businesses messing with you and stuff like that, then you'll have an opportunity to put an artist out there. Yeah,
I mean, that's the biggest thing that I just really like. I love living in Pensacola and in this area. I mean, being 30 minutes from the beach is just perfect. And it's one of the best beaches around. Yeah. I mean, everybody that ever comes and visits here is like you're living in paradise. So I just love being here. I love representing this place. And just having the city as a whole, like, you know, really show support every time I step out there is just means the world to me.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's something that I just could never have dreamed of. So, and I tell all the businesses that I work with, is a rising tide raises all ships. So it's not just me on the come up. Like, we had Roy that kept saying Pensacola in the house, you know, and we need people to realize we're still there.
Yeah.
We never left the house, you know.
That needs to be your slogan from here on out.
Yeah, we never left, and we got the keys.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Pop it, Cam.
So if that's, you know, me and all the other fighters that are from the area continuing to do that, which I think it is. We've got 3 undefeated professionals out of Remedy and a whole amateur team coming up.
Okay.
You've got Devin Cushing and Dylan Cushing, undefeated boxers.
I had Devin. I haven't had Dylan on here.
Yeah, Dylan.
I had Devin though.
Yeah, Dylan's making his pro debut.
Dylan, you next.
Yeah. So it's just awesome to be able to see all that stuff.
Shout out to Sarge. What's up, my guy? And look at this. Untouchable. I seen Killa Cam. I thought this was an interview of Cameron from Dipset. It says Cam Bennett, man.
Close enough. I mean, I maybe squint your eye or look sideways.
Look, they must have thought that was Cameron's real name. No way. Cameron's last name is Giles, man.
Yeah, just a couple letters. Just a couple letters off.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Just a few. Oh, man, that's hilarious, man. So, what's in the future for Cam Bennett?
Oh, well, outside of fighting, I mean, I just got engaged.
Wedding, like, when is the date for that?
Well, we don't have any date set, but it is awesome to. I mean, we got engaged like 2 weeks ago now.
Oh, so, okay. Oh, how did you guys break it down?
Break it down.
How it happened?
So, back again to River Cody. Him and his wife were there. I texted them about taking pictures, and I just recreated our first date. Our first date night was at Sister Hen and Brother Fox. Shout out to like Darian Hernandez
Shout out to your pocket.
And Jacob, Alex, all those guys at Brother Fox and Sister Hen. They're awesome. they were at the fights too. I
They
mean,
said, I'm just trolling. I know you hilarious. Untouchable.
that's funny.
Untouchable VL.
But we went to Sister Hen, sat in the same 2 seats that we sat in on day 1, and then walked out. And it's in this place called Lily Hall, where like it used to be an old church. I think 1928 it was like established as Mount Olive Baptist Church.
Oh, okay.
And then like Hurricane Ivan came through and kind of destroyed it, and they renovated it and turned it into a like second and third floors like a hotel, and then there's a restaurant on the side. And so we ended up we were walking right in the middle, and I was like, Hannah, look at that logo up there.
Yeah.
And she was like, why are we looking at this logo? Because she's hungry, you know, she's ready for dinner. And yeah, it doesn't make sense to look up at this logo that we've seen plenty of times before.
Right.
But it just was able to kind of just stand there. And I just looked at her and I was like, yeah, I just want to tell you how much this place means to me and how special it is to be able to share this moment with you, because this is the first place we went on a date night for dinner when we started dating. And this is the last time we're going to do this as a boyfriend and girlfriend. And I just kind of stared at her for a second. Let it like.
She was like, "What are you talking about?"
Let it sit. Yeah, I think she thought I was gonna dump her or something like that. And then I reached in my pocket.
Almost got stabbed now.
Yeah,
yeah. The hell you mean this boyfriend and girl? What are you saying right
yeah,
now?
I ended up getting put in a headlock, and then she was just beating me up. Yeah. I was like, no, this is a good thing.
That's not what he meant.
Yeah, this is a good thing. And I had the ring in my pocket and pulled it out and asked her, and thank goodness she said yes. And I said, "You're stuck with me now." No, I didn't say that.
Welcome to death row.
But I mean, literally the best moment of my life so far. And it was so funny. It was nice to be able to see that look on her face of like, I mean, we knew this was leading this way, but
Right.
like also at the same time, you know, somebody, she knows it's coming, but like to catch her off guard, and be like still surprised her was just an awesome moment.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then went inside, had dinner, and Brother Fox, Darian, and Jacob, all those guys just took care of us. I mean, the menu had like a heart with our initials in it, and
wow.
Yeah, they took care of us to the utmost. Those guys are clutch. Awesome guys, awesome place.
Yeah.
You ever need a date night, those guys will take care of you. So,
no, for sure. They are pretty good.
Yeah. So it was awesome. And, yeah, so I mean, now it's just all these things that goes into planning a wedding. I mean, you don't think about that. That's not something I was like thinking about immediately after. It was like, oh, you have to plan all of these things now.
Yeah, traditionally, don't tell her. Her dad's supposed to pay for the wedding. That's just tradition. I mean, you don't have to be traditional, but
yeah, putting pressure. Yeah, I know. He's gonna be watching it. He's like, I'm taking it back. We're changing tradition. And I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
You're like, what was that you said on there? Just erase that moment in time. But also, I mean, it was just awesome. I mean, it's just a crazy experience to have.
Yeah.
So got that going on, and then I actually am starting a master's program at UWF this week. So I'll be back to school
this week.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Who's going and studying for their masters while also preparing for fights? Having professional grappling matches.
Yeah, I don't think very many people are doing that, but I always tell people, why not me? I mean, somebody got to do it. Why not me?
That's true.
You know, and people are like, oh, so you're going to have to take time from fighting. And I'm like, no, I'm going to figure it out. Like, that's always been the case. Like, when I started college, I figured out my schedule. And then right after, I took a fight. Mm-hmm. Graduated college, started working, took some time, but figured it out. Then working full time, took a fight.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you just got to figure out the flow of things, your training and everything like that, and then you'll be good to go.
Yeah. Read that. Are you competing at?
Oh, the Craig Jones Invitational? No, I am not. I feel decent in my grappling, but I don't think I'm Craig Jones Invitational worthy yet.
Hey man.
Yeah, CJI is awesome.
The best part about you is that you took accountability for that. You accepted that. Like, I ain't worthy.
Yeah,
you kept it real with yourself just now.
A man needs to know his bounds. So
that was so real.
Yeah, you just gotta know. Like, I could sit here and be like, yeah, I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Am I good at physics? No. Have I ever taken a physics class? Also no. So, I could say I want to go to Mars and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Is that going to happen? No. I'm not going to Mars. Do I have the skill set to go to Mars? Also no.
Right.
So, I think we live in this world where it's like we tell people all the time, chase your dreams, all that stuff. You can be whatever you want to be. You got to find that spot where your talents line up with your passion, and chase that thing. Like, yes, set big goals, set dreams, all those things, but also, be realistic in the sense of, do your talents like kind of line up there?
Right.
I don't think that's a bad thing to say. I think that's a realistic thing to say. And it's good to be a little realistic sometimes. Like, yes, I have the dreaming side of me. Do I want to be the world champ? Yeah, I want to be the world champ. Will I fight literally anybody to get there? Yes, whatever that path that's laid out in front of me, I will do it. You line them up, I'll knock them down. That's what I got to do.
Yeah.
But also, do I realize there's a chance that doesn't happen? Yeah. Yeah. Dustin Poirier also wanted to be undisputed champ. It didn't work out that way. He was interim champ. He's one of the best fighters around at the 155-pound division, but he just wasn't the undisputed UFC champion of the world. So, you've got guys that have those same dreams. And so you got to have that realistic aspect too of like, there's a chance that happens. There's a chance that doesn't happen, know? But you can best believe I'm going to work as hard as possible to make it happen.
Right.
So,
gotta do that.
Yeah, you gotta make it. Yeah, like if you're gonna say it's a dream, you better work your fingers to the bone. You're not gonna just keep your head on the pillow and then just be like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen through osmosis.
Yeah,
like
dreaming.
Yeah, that's really dreaming. Your alarm is going off. You need to get up, and go to work,
make something happen.
Yeah, something, anything.
Man, so like as far as like wait, you got a lot of stuff going on. Wedding plan and you going for your master fighting.
Yep. You said it. Yeah, exactly. So
thought about that. Like, time out.
Yeah, that's it. You said it right. Yeah, all those things, but
nothing to a boss.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I say on a regular basis. No, it's just one of those things where you got to take one day at a time. You got to know what's on your schedule and get that done. And also realize that maybe if something is slacking, because also look, as if fighting took off the way I wanted it to, and that's what I did for a living, theoretically I'd be retired at like 35, 36.
Yeah, I was going to ask you too about the age. What's considered like old as far as MMA?
I think it changes for everybody. I think it's a little different. It depends on like your chin goes a little bit. Like for some people, it's for your chin. I was like when your speed kind of starts losing touch. And honestly, I think Dustin Poirier did a really good job. Like him, GSP, could be. I would get out of the game before like it takes me out. Like it's an unforgiving sport. Like sports is just unforgiving as a whole to like guys that are kind of going back into their career. But in MMA, and you're stepping in, and somebody's trying to kick you in the head.
Yeah.
So like that's not the best thing for your health in your brain cells.
Yeah. And
So
how often do you guys fight? Like, what's this fight? If you just fought today and you win, when is the next time? I'm pretty sure they might set a limit, but when is the next time that you could possibly fight?
I mean, in theory, because it just happened in the UFC, one of these Russian cats, he's like Hamzat's training partner.
Mm-hmm.
He fought on Dana White's Contender Series on Tuesday and then had a quick turnaround. Literally fought that same week. He fought that Saturday, which was insane. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Like, he finished that first guy on Tuesday like in 2 minutes. And I don't think he got touched at all. And then fought on Saturday. So, like, that's the quickest turnaround, I think, in UFC history.
I didn't even know that could happen. So
yeah, I mean, that was
really, there's no limit to the turnaround.
Yeah, in theory, as long as you're healthy and you kind of like the sanctioning body like okays it and everything like that, you should be good to go. But it also depends. I think a lot of people's schedules, like, you know, I've got a lot of things going on too, so you got to have a balance. Like, if one thing's slacking, like, what's the point in trying to do a bunch of things averagely? Like, you know, if I'm in school and my grades start slipping, I need to focus on the grades,
right?
Because that's going to be my long-term career. When I say I fought till 35, I still have, hopefully, from 35 to a long life expectancy,
right?
Lord willing. But, you know, what am I going to do during that time period? I'm not going to sit around, twiddle my thumbs. I would still like to do something that I really enjoy. What do I like to enjoy? I like working in the medical field. I worked at Andrews Institute for past 3.5 years as a therapy tech. So,
and your master's is in?
So I'm going in the direct entry into the master's of nursing at UWF.
Okay.
So, same program Hannah's doing. And I just tell people I'm just copying her. So I'm just following her around.
What in the Grey's Anatomy is going on here?
Yeah.
So. That's cool though. Y'all be in the same field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope y'all never like be at the same. She's not at Andrews Institute, is she?
No.
I say I hope y'all never be at the same little field. If y'all ever have problems, it'll be obvious to everybody else.
Yeah, really feel some tension in the room.
Oh, guess it's trouble in paradise.
Yeah, I hate that nurse over there. Aren't you married to him? Yeah.
Yeah, man. But congratulations on that, though, man.
Thank you.
You got a lot of stuff going on. I see you like to constantly challenge yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I've always said I would hate to be the guy, because we all know him, is those guys that look back and go, well, I could have done. Yeah.
What if I would have?
Yeah, what if I would have done that? Well, how about I just push myself to the max? Like, in a healthy reason, but also at the same time, like, push your limits. Figure out what you can do. Like, and don't leave anything on the board like, well, what if I did this? Or what if I could have actually got up early or stayed up late and worked a little harder and did all those things? Like, I'm never going to have that. I mean, I don't have that in my fights now. I don't leave those fights, whether I've won or lost. I don't leave those fights going, well, should I have worked harder in the gym?
Right.
No, I know that I've worked my hardest in the gym.
That makes sense.
So why would I do that in any other aspect of life?
That's real. So. You gave a dope answer right there, man.
Thank you.
Hey, I asked you this last time. Let's see what your answers are this time. What are 3 things that you can't live without?
I think last time I also said, like, Bible and stuff like that was already given, so I took that out of the 3, because that's gotta be number 1. If that's not number 1, you just running around through life clueless.
Right.
So having that, send to Dagestan and forget, brother. 2-3 years in Dagestan, forget, brother. Restless smash. Who is that? That's funny. That guy's funny.
Whoever it is, know you.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. They're funny. But yeah. So outside of that, Hannah, I mean, literally got to be number 1.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, It's my best friend right there.
For sure.
Gonna spend the rest of our lives together. So if she's not up there, then what the heck am I doing?
Right.
So her and then my family. And then training. I could not. Number 3 is just going to practice. I'm a crazy person.
Yeah.
Like there is that side of me, like training wise, it's like I start to itch. I cannot go without practice. And it starts to become apparent to the people around me. Like Hannah seen is like when I start to, like after fights, I always tell myself, oh, I'll give myself some time off. And then like 2-3 days have passed. And I'm like, I think I'm going to practice. I think I'm going to be back at practice. Just because there's no like.
She be ready for you to go too, though.
Yeah,
you probably
she's
be
like
annoying when you're ready to go to practice.
Oh yeah, I started like pacing the floor, and it's like I started talking about fighting
She like, man, get your ass on. Go to practice.
Go to practice. Yeah, I start talking about fighting all the time. I'm like, yeah, I get cranky too.
Yeah.
Like that's the one time I'll start getting cranky is like when I'm not going to practice.
Right.
It's just my happy place. I mean, before it was ever a job and ever like me fighting professionally, it was a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, I just love to train. And I think that's the thing that makes some of the best fighters is, do you love to train?
Right.
I mean, do you love the craft of what you're doing? If you're doing it for the end product, like how much money you make or a win, or just fill that in with whatever your thing is.
Right.
If you're doing it for the end product, you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out. And because even for me, it's a hobby. I love it. I love it so much. But there are times by the end of the week, I'm like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rest. But then give me a couple of days, I'm going to be itching.
Yeah.
I'm going to be itching. You know, and even when you are tired, you still battle through those moments. You still go to practice. Mm-hmm. You still get through it.
Those end up being like when I don't go to the gym, make myself.
Yes.
Today
for me, like, man, I woke up sleep. Like, it's gonna be a good place to have I felt like I was just I was like, I'm not getting that. I was getting whooped.
How long was practice today?
We went from like 8:30 to 10.
Oh,
so,
okay, hour and a half.
Yeah, it was good, but it was like Saturdays are our sparring days.
Okay.
So we just get in there and mix it up.
Gotcha.
So, get going. Stay busy.
Yeah, that's probably gonna work out for you in the long run, though. You felt like you was getting beat up today, but
yeah, I mean, even those hard days, like some of the toughest moments that I have on the feet and stuff like that, striking wise and grappling and everything, are the people that I train with, because you got to think too. You're seeing those guys every single day.
They know everything.
They know your tactics. They know your tendencies. They know when you're going to do X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So like, and they feel it on a regular basis. Guys that you fight, they may have watched tape on you. They may have seen it. But
they
also
felt it.
They haven't felt it. They haven't like actually experienced it yet. Mm-hmm. So that's also another part about that.
Gotcha, man. Is there anything that you want to say or to the people out there that's listening that we haven't discussed in this interview?
I don't think so. I just would like to say that everybody in the area that's listening, thank you guys for tuning in. If you don't know who I am, hopefully you start learning now.
Yeah.
I just plan on keeping at the grindstone. I mean, nose to the grindstone until you get to where you want to be. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna keep working hard. Everybody kind of knows me as Killa Cam when it comes to this stuff, but I'm also just that same kid that went into a wrestling room one time and never looked back and just been working hard ever since. And I plan on being that guy in any avenue that I take on.
Right.
So I just appreciate you for having me on once again.
Always, man.
Always fun.
Always.
So I look forward to hearing some of these songs that come my way.
Yeah.
And see if we get a thumbs up, thumbs down, and see what's next.
I got to be real picky with this.
Yeah, I'm expecting good ones.
You pretty much let me know what you like to hear, so I gotta find the right fit. But I'm gonna definitely start sending them to you.
Sweet, perfect.
Heck yeah. Hey man, y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to our YouTube page. It's the Chop Up Podcast. It's the one with the purple axe, man. I swear I'm gonna switch up colors. I need somebody to redo this logo and send me plenty of different colors or different styles, man. Work your magic. Anybody out there that make logos and make flyers, get at me. Shout out to you, Ahmad. You tapped into the interview. All right. This is the Chop Up Podcast. Like I said, subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, the Chop Up Podcast. On Facebook, it is the Chop Up Podcast LLC. Follow those. Get at us. Matter of fact, leave in comments who you want to see us interview next. I'm trying to get y'all interactive and communicating with us. Till next time, we out of here.